Hello, my name is JTurn, you can call me Jake, everybody does, and today we're going to be talking about trains. Trains the best. Oh my god, I've loved it. Ever since I was a kid, I love train video. I love train videos. Well, just, I mean, any train scene from any film I watched was always my favourite scene in the movie, okay? And that's what we're going to cover. Listen, if you've been here before, then you'll know the situation. If you're new, hi, I'm Jake, and I do weekly sort of deep divey videos about gaming and pop culture and stuff. Yeah, I'm taking a couple of weeks at the moment to do easier videos because I was running very short on time and stuff like that. So for personal reasons, I'm doing stuff that's a little bit lower maintenance, like talking about how much I like trains these. Trains are very cool, okay? Like, conceptually, they're just very sick. This is why last week I was talking about robots. Often, one of my favourite things about a movie that's got a robot in it is the robot. And just like that, trains have like that. Again, I have a iced coffee in a Starbucks cup. I didn't order it from Starbucks. This video isn't sponsored. Hey, Starbucks, you want to sponsor, you know, a little micro-influencer to drink sponsored coffee? Yeah, let's do it. But right now, no. It's not sponsored. It's just a little coffee I got myself. I keep the cups because I don't like using straws, and Starbucks have this cool sippy cup lid. And if I'm anything, I am a 29-year-old child. Give me a sippy cup. So, YouTube guff, yeah, like, if you like my content, it really helps me out if you can leave me a like and a comment together, because it lets YouTube know that, like, oh shit, they really like this, a like and a comment together. Like, it gets those metrics going and it'll help me be seen by more people. If you haven't subscribed yet, it would be really awesome if you could. And again, like, if you like what I do and you like the channel and you like spending time with me, why don't you let some people know? Drop some videos in some group chats, you know, spread the love. Maybe they'll like me too. And then together we'll grow into a real YouTube channel. It'd be fun. But let's establish the ground rules, okay? Like, I really like, I was going to call this like fight scenes on trains, but then a lot of the, there are some very cool fight scenes on trains, but a lot of the scenes I like that have trains aren't actually fights. So I think I just like trains. But the way I see it, bonus points if it's a steam train. Bonus points if the steam train is chugging rapidly and if there's an acceleration in the chugging, like 3, bonus points if someone's like, we've got to slow this thing down, or something similar, right? Like, someone normally says something like that, that's another bonus point. Bonus point 4, if there's some kind of ticking clock scenario, like say further down the tracks there's something blocking it, or a bridge is blown up, that's really good. That's a consistent theme in the best ones. And bonus point 5, right, like, if a carriage gets disconnected, right? Like, if a carriage has to be disconnected or comes disconnected, that's a very cool part of train scenes in stuff, okay? Now that we've established the ground rules, let's get into it. Number 1. I mean, they're not numbered. I'm just going to talk about them. So the first one, there is a train fight scene in Captain Marvel. It's okay. One of my favourite parts of the film because it's on a train. I think, doesn't she, like, that's when she finds the old lady and punches her, but it's because it's like a Skrull or Kree? Kree, Skrull. Skrull. I like, in Legend of Korra, there is a train scene where they have to rescue Prince Wu and they have a fight on the train with metal benders on the roof. And then they jump off and it's like sick. And at that point, Korra's like doing her first like good metal bending stuff. I really like that. Would have been cooler if like the train had become disconnected. If the creators are looking for ideas for the next Avatar series, there you go. Put it on a train, have a ticking clock happening and, you know, get some carriages disconnected. But that was a cool scene, well done. I guess, also, does the drill count? I think the drill counts. The drill episode back in Avatar Legend of Aang, because the drill is like a very long, thin vehicle that's going in a straight line and they have to stop it. I think that counts. Like, I think it's hitting the same notes, and I did really like that. I really liked the drill. Anyway, like, Avatar generally, good for train stuff. So from very good media to very bad media, let's talk Dark Phoenix. You remember Dark Phoenix? That had a pretty cool train fight, didn't it? And then the train ended up crashing and stuff. But like, all the mutants get captured and then put on a train, and then the train gets attacked by, at that point, was it Dark Phoenix or was it the weird alien played by Jessica Chastain? No, wait, was that Jessica Chastain or was it? No, yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. Well, for more superhero ones, Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 has a cool train fight. And then it involves there being a ticking clock scenario because, like, you know, there's, like, damaged tracks. And then that's when he has to, like, you know, and, like, sling out loads of web so that he can, like, stop the train. That's very good. That's very good. Iconic scene. And then he gets passed back down the train, doesn't he? That's good. That's kind of like that's a great train scene, you know. The train's going to come off the tracks. We've got to stop it. And I am a spidery man, and I'll do it by, like, slinging web everywhere. Very good. Very good scene. I liked the Doc Ock in that movie a lot. I have good memories of that movie. I hope he does come back in, is it No Way Home? Is it called No Way Home? I think it's called No Way Home, isn't it? Yeah. More superhero stuff. Incredibles 2. Amazing. I mean, Incredibles 2 is like a very, very, very good movie anyway. I think the light's changing. Don't judge me if this shot looks different. Like, I'm using natural light. Anyway, that whole scene in Incredibles 2 where Helen has to, like, Elastigirl has to chase down the train that is out of control. And she does it on her little bike that comes apart into pieces. Okay, so this scene, bonus, also has really good bike. But mostly I'm here for the trains. But I can appreciate a good bike. Anyway, she has to stop it, she's riding on top of it, she has to catch up to it, like, it's all got very cool train stuff in it. But I think that what they did with her, and the fact that, like, she's elastic and her bike can disconnect into pieces so that she can snap herself forward and make it jump, like, I want to shake the hand of whoever came up with that. Like, when they're playing with the physics of her being both elastic and having a bike that can disconnect so that there's, like, an elastic tension between the two parts of the bike, the way they use the physics of that, like her swinging around to, like, climb buildings with the bike, that's just really, really sick. And then also you get that cool moment where she's, like, on the top of the train and is going into a tunnel that's too narrow for her to fit the bike through. So she just, like, sweeps down and, like, kicks the bike up, and then it blows up against the tunnel as it hits it. And, like, very cool. I've always thought they've been quite creative with what they did with Elastigirl in those movies. They're good movies, man. And the train scene, very good. Very good. Oh, also, the carriage gets disconnected. She disconnects the carriage because it's like a mag rail train. So when she disconnects it, like, the back carriage, like, clanks down against the rail, and it's like, and then it's like slowing itself down because of the friction. It was good. Yeah. So it's got a carriage disconnection as well. And a ticking clock because it's going to crash into the station. Great. It's probably top of this list, actually. No, you know what will be probably top of this list is, did you see that 90s movie, the 90s animated Anastasia? Okay, the 90s animated Anastasia has a really cool train scene, okay, because there's, like, little demons that, like, have sped up the train, and it's a steam train, bonus point steam train. It's, like, heading towards a bridge, which then they blow up. Bonus points, blown up bridge, ticking clock scenario. And then what they have to do is they end up using dynamite to separate the carriages because they've been stuck together. Carriages come disconnected, okay? Like, it's got nearly everything. I forget what the other points were. I think that maybe one of them at some point says that they've got to stop the train. Like, a kind of we've got to slow this thing down situation. But yeah, all really, really good. That's a really good train scene. I remember as a kid, that being my favourite part of that movie, and I would rewatch that train by rewinding the VHS. I just thought that was a very cool scene. I really like trains. That movie in general. I also liked the scene on the boat, you know, where she's, like, being given that illusion, like she's, like, gonna throw herself off the boat because she thinks she's jumping down into the water. That movie is underrated, honestly. I should be watching it again. I probably haven't watched it in 20 years. Oh, it's so sobering when you realise you're at an age where you can say you haven't done something for 20 years. Oh. I also think that, like, the Thomas train fight in Ant-Man is cool. I was obsessed with Thomas as a kid. Like, can you... I know, it seems so out of character, but, like, I was obsessed with Thomas as a kid. And, like, that was like a cool, fun scene where, like, you know, they're having a fight on the little Thomas track, and it's like it was a big train, and they're throwing the carriages at each other and stuff. That's a cool scene. I don't think it's a very good train scene as train scenes go, but I appreciate it giving a shout out to the classic train media of, you know, Thomas the Tank Engine, of which I was a huge fan. The opening of Toy Story 3 as well. Very sick. Very sick. Like, it's, you know, it's like they're in a pretend game, and I think that Mr. Potato Head has hijacked the train, and it's going along to like a bridge that's been blown up, and they have to stop the train, and so Woody's riding Bullseye alongside the train, and then like it does go over the edge, but then Buzz saves it. That opening scene is very sick, man. It's so good, so good. The humour, the humour is like spot on with those things as well. Like, I just constantly have a smile on my face when I'm watching Toy Story movies. I don't get the same kind of pleasure out of movies that are just like on a train, or in which the train part of it could have taken place anywhere else. Like, you know that movie Source Code with Jake Gyllenhaal, where like he's in a vat full of slime and being made to relive some time on a train? Like, I don't get the same kind of buzz out of that, right? I feel like the train has to be a novelty. So that's like, I guess, bonus points 6, right? The train scene has to be a novelty in the film, okay? Like, you know, in a James Bond, there's loads of fights on trains in James Bond movies, but I don't think that they hit the same kind of notes that I'm looking for. They really don't give me that, and they don't give me that bite. I know that the one in Casino Royale was like, okay, right? Like, but I don't think... Too grounded in realism, I think. Although, you know, a film in which the train isn't a novelty, but there is a very good train scene, Polar Express. I could watch that scene where the Polar Express is going across the ice over and over and over and over and over again. Like, the the video where it's set to the music from Tokyo Drift, you know that sometimes you find a meme that just activates your little rat brain and you watch it a billion times in a row. That was me with that video. Half of the views on the YouTube version of that Tokyo Drift Polar Express video are me. I can guarantee you that. Like, I don't know why I like it so much. But, you know, the whole thing where it's like, right, left, and like the train is chugging and then reverse chugging and then chugging back the other way, and they're like trying to line it up so that it gets back on the tracks, and like you see the whole train like swing round in front of the camera and stuff like that as it's turning. Mate, very good. Very, very, very good scene. Very good train scene. I think actually Polar Express cinches it as the best one. Anastasia has been nudged out. It's Polar Express. That itself is a very good scene. But, you know, it's not a fight scene. It's not a novel scene or anything like that. But I just, you know... I love that. I love that. And I'm not joking when I say I'm probably half the views on that video on YouTube. I just watch it again and again and again like a toddler. That's it, really. You know, that's that. So, yeah. Thanks for sitting with me while I chill out and take some easier weeks out of the studio, down on my little comfy sofa and just chat rubbish. I like trains. Like and comment together really helps me out. Subscribe if you haven't. We'll be back on the regular content soon. Love you lots. Okay, bye.